Hello, and welcome to our exciting Introduction to Excel course. I'm Miss Goodman, and I'm so happy to be your guide. Together, we are going to learn all about Excel and discover how fun it can be. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, don't worry. Learning something new can be tricky, but that's part of the adventure. It's okay to make mistakes, and we'll learn from them together. Remember, if you need to take a break or watch something again, that's perfectly fine too. Throughout this course, we'll work together on a fun project that will help you get the hang of Excel. You'll learn how to input data, create charts, and who knows, you might even discover a new talent. So get ready to flex your brain muscles and explore Excel with confidence. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. So let's get started. Before we jump right into using Excel, let's learn a little bit about what it is. Excel is a Microsoft program. It's a special tool that helps you organize all sorts of numbers and data. Think about things like how much money you spent on toys this year, or how long it takes you to walk to school each day for a month. You can put all that information in Excel to help you keep track of it. But that's not all. Excel can also help you do quick math problems, like adding up your allowance or multiplying your favorite number. It's like a super smart calculator. Lots of grown-up jobs and businesses use Excel every day, so it's really useful to learn about it now. And the best part, we'll make it fun and easy to learn. Now that we know what Excel is, let's open up an Excel workbook. There are 3 ways to open up a new Excel workbook. You can open the application directly on your computer, which is the method I recommend and the one I will be using. However, if you do not already have it downloaded onto your computer, head on to Clever and click on Office 365. Once that is open, you have 2 ways to open up a new blank workbook. The first way is by clicking the blue plus sign that says Create. Under this tab, you will see Workbook. Clicking on that will open up a new Excel spreadsheet. The second way is by locating the Excel icon on the left-hand side of your window. You will see an option for Blank Workbook. Go ahead and click on that, and it will open up a new spreadsheet for you. Great job making your first workbook. But wait, it's missing something really important. A name. Just like how you have a name, your workbook needs a name too. That way you can find it easily and know what it's all about. To name your workbook, look at the very top of the screen. You'll see some words that say Book 1. Can you find it? Great! Now click on Book 1 and type in a name for your workbook. How about My First Workbook? That sounds like a great name. If you're using Excel on your computer, you can name your workbook a slightly different way. First, click on File and then Save As. You'll see a box pop up where you can type in the name of your workbook. You can also choose where you're going to save it. Remember, giving your workbook a name will help you to keep it organized and make it easy to find. At the top of your workbook, you'll notice a toolbar. This is called the ribbon. The Excel ribbon is like a set of magic buttons at the top of the screen that helps you do all sorts of cool things. Imagine you're a wizard, and the ribbon is your magic wand. When you click a button on the ribbon, you can make things happen in your workbook. For example, there are buttons on the ribbon that let you change the color of your text or make your text bigger or smaller. There are also buttons that let you create charts and graphs, like a picture of a pie or a bar, to help you show your data in a fun way. The ribbon is divided into different tabs, kind of like different parts of a magic spell book. Each tab has its own set of buttons for different things you might want to do in Excel. When you make your Excel window bigger, you'll see more buttons on the ribbon. You can only see all the tools on the ribbon when your Excel window is big enough. So I recommend making your Excel window as big as possible so you can see all the buttons on the ribbon. That way you can find the tools you need and use them easily. A few more technical terms before we begin entering information into our workbook. You see all those little rectangles in Excel? They're called cells, and they're like tiny boxes where you can put information. The letters at the top of the screen are called columns, and they run up and down. The numbers on the left side of the screen are called rows, and they run side to side. To find a specific cell, you need to know its name, which is a combination of the letter and the number. For example, you can find a cell named C4. It's like using a map to find your way around Excel. So remember, cells are the little rectangles, columns go up and down, and rows go side to side. And if you need to find a specific cell, you'll need to know its name, which is a letter and a number. Let's start typing in some information on our spreadsheet. To begin, click on the cell you want to type in. You'll know it's the right cell because it will be outlined in green. Then, start typing in the information you want to put in the cell. For example, I'm going to type Miss Goodman's fruit into the cell. When I'm done, I can either click somewhere else on the screen or press the Enter key. That lets Excel know I'm done typing in that cell. But what if I make a mistake or want to change what I typed? No problem. Just double-click on the cell you want to edit. In this case, I'll double-click on cell A1. Then I can change what I typed to Miss Goodman's M&Ms. Try it out yourself. Click on a cell, type something in, and then either click somewhere else or press Enter to finish. And if you make a mistake, just double-click on the cell to fix it. Feel free to pause the video and try it a few times until you get the hang of it. Now I'm going to teach you a formatting trick. I want Miss Goodman's M&Ms to be the title of my data, but I'm not loving the line in the middle. We can fix this by merging cells together. First, click and drag your mouse to select the cells you want to merge. Make sure they're right next to each other, so in this case they are all in the same row. Then, click on the Home tab in the ribbon. Look for the button that says Merge and Center. Click on that button and all the cells you selected will be merged into one big cell. Now you can write more in that cell and it will all fit. Just remember that when you merge cells together, you're really just making them look like one big cell. So if you type something in that big cell and then unmerge it later, your text might get split up again. Let's learn how to make our text look different. First, select the cell you want to change the font and size for. Then go to the Home ribbon and find the font options. There are many font types and sizes to choose from. Just click on the one that you like to make your text look fancy. You can also change the size of your font by clicking on the number next to the font name. Try it out. Make your text bigger or smaller until it looks just right. If you want more space for your new font, you can also merge new cells together. Just select the cells you want to merge and click on the Merge Cells option in the Home ribbon. It's easy to make your text look cool in Excel. Just remember to select your cell, choose your font, and merge cells if you need more space. Have fun playing around with your text! Let's copy some data into our workbook. Remember, to put something in a cell, click on the cell and type. If you want to go to the next line, press the Enter or down arrow key. I'm leaving a line between my title and my data, so I'm starting with cell A3. Column A will have our M&M colors, and column B will have numbers. So in cell A3, type red, and in cell B3, type 15. Continue copying the data into your workbook. Remember to take your time and feel free to pause the video if you need more time. I'd like to add another space between my title and my data, so let me explain how to do that. I can select the row number where I want to add the space. Then I can either left click and I'll see a button called Insert. Once I click on that, I'll be able to insert a new row. Or I can locate the Insert button on the Home tab and select Insert Sheet Row. This will give me an extra space between my title and my data. So go ahead and do that. Let's try something fun. We're going to make our spreadsheet look cool by using some formatting tools. First, click on the Page Layout tab at the top of the ribbon. The first button under Page Layout will be Themes. There are so many themes to choose from, so pick one that you like. I happen to like Droplet, so I'll use that one. You'll notice that the font has changed for any font that I didn't already change on my own. Now, let's add some headings to our table. In cell A3, type color, and in cell B3, type amount. Then, highlight both of those cells and go back to the Home tab at the top of your screen. Under the Home tab, there is a button called Cell Styles. Click on that and pick heading 3. Cool, right? I want color and amount to be in the center of their cell, so in the Home tab, I'll select Alignment and press Center Alignment. Next, let's change the font color to match the color of the M&M. On the Home tab, find the button with an A and a line underneath. Clicking on that button will allow you to choose a color for your text. I'm changing mine to match the color of each M&M. Now, our data table looks even better. If you want, you can also change the style of your title. Just click on the cell that has your title, so in this case, it was A1, and pick a new style from the Cell Styles button. I'm choosing the style Title for my title. To make your columns wider or narrower, you can do this. Move your mouse to the line between the letters above your columns. Your mouse pointer will change to a line with 2 arrows pointing left and right. Click and hold your left mouse button on that line, and then move your mouse to the left or right to make the column wider or narrower. Once you've made it the size you want, let go of the mouse button, and that's it. Finally, I want to line up my title with my columns. Let's unmerge the cells from A1 to D1 and instead just merge A1 and B1. So to do this, highlight cells A1 to D1, which we had already merged together. Click on the drop-down arrow next to Merge and Center. Select Unmerge Cells. Then highlight cells A1 and B1 to merge just those cells. All right, I just went over a lot, so remember, at any point you can go back and pause as needed. You're doing awesome. I want us to go ahead and type in a few more words. In cell A9, type the word total. In cell A10, type the word average. In cell A11, type the word min for minimum. And in cell A12, type the word max, short for maximum. Let's also create some space between rows 8 and 9. You can do this by moving your cursor to the bottom edge of row 9 until it turns into a double-sided arrow. Then click and drag the row down to make it taller. Let's make it 36 pixels tall. Next, we'll make the words that we just typed bold. Select the 4 cells and click on the B button on the Home tab in your ribbon. This will make the words bold and easier to see. Lastly, let's add a line to separate the title from the data. Highlight cells A8 and B8. Look for the Borders button on the Home tab and click on it. Select Thick Bottom Border. This will add a nice line underneath our information. We're now going to learn about an important part of Excel called formulas or functions. Excel's ability to compute formulas easily is the reason why so many people and companies use it every day. To start a formula, you need to type the equal sign in a cell. The equal sign will tell Excel that you are about to give it a formula. Let's say that we want to add up cells B4 to B8. You'll see when I type the letter S, a whole bunch of functions pop up. Locate or type equal SUM, then click on cell B4. Type a colon, which are the two up and down dots, to tell Excel to include all the cells in between. Then click on cell B8. Finally, close the parentheses. When you hit enter, Excel will add up all the numbers in the cells you selected. Cool, right? It's pretty amazing what Excel can do. You can also calculate the sum another way. AutoSum is a really cool feature in Excel that can help you quickly add up a bunch of numbers. To use it, you just need to highlight a group of cells you want to add together, then click on the AutoSum button, which looks like a Greek letter sigma or an E sideways, which is found on the Home tab. Excel will automatically put the AutoSum below the group of cells. It will also automatically update the sum whenever you add or change the numbers in the column. You can see that the formula is the same as what you entered using the equal sign. There are a few more formulas I'll teach you that can help us analyze our data. First, let's find the average of some numbers. Click on the empty cell B10 where you want the average to appear and type the equal sign. Type average and open the parentheses. Now click cell B4, colon, and cell B8. Close the parentheses and hit enter. Voila! You now have the average. To find the minimum and maximum values in our data, again, click on the empty cell where you want the results to appear and type the equal sign. Then type min to find the smallest value in your data and max to find the largest data in your values. Open the parentheses, select the cells you want to analyze, and hit enter. That's it. With these simple formulas, you can quickly analyze your data and make more important decisions based on the results. Or just have some fun information about M&Ms. Stick around for this part if you want to learn an advanced trick. I've gone ahead and put in another set of data, but it's just so I can show you something. Don't worry about doing it on your screen unless you want to practice. I'm going to delete it after. Let's say you've already typed a formula in one cell, like adding up some numbers using the sum function. If you want to do the same thing for the data in another column, you don't have to type the formula all over again. Instead, you can just click and drag the formula from one cell to another. When you move your cursor to the bottom right corner of a cell, a black plus sign will appear. Then you can click and drag it over to the next cell and let go. Excel will automatically copy the formula to the new cell and adjust the formula to the new data. It's like magic. This trick can save you a lot of time and effort, especially if you're working with a lot of data. You can see I've gone ahead and deleted the other data from the previous portion of the video. Now, we're going to learn how to make cool charts using Excel. Charts are like pictures of your data that make it easier to understand. First, we need to select the data that we want to use in your chart. You can do this by clicking and dragging your mouse over the cells you want to include. I'm only going to include my colors and amounts because I don't want the other information in my chart. Next, we need to click on the Insert tab at the top of the ribbon. Here, you'll see a bunch of different charts you can choose from. You can use one of the charts Excel recommends, or you can pick your own. I'm going to choose a bar chart for my M&M data. Once your chart appears, you can change the size by clicking and dragging the corners of the chart. You can also change the title by clicking on it and typing in a new title. You might notice at the top of the ribbon that I'm in the tab called Chart Design. To change the colors of your bars, you can double-click on each bar and choose a new color from the Change Colors button in the Chart Design tab. I want to make mine look like the colors of my M&Ms, so I can pick my colors manually using the Fill button on the Home tab. I'm changing mine to match the colors of my M&Ms. Finally, we can add some cool extras to our charts. On the Chart Design tab, there's a button that says Add Chart Element. Click on that to see all of the fun things you can add, like titles for the axes and labels for your bars. Spend some time playing around with your chart to make it look exactly the way you want it. For the remainder of this video, I'll be playing around with the different chart elements available, and you can either follow along with me or explore on your own. So there you have it. Great job learning about Excel today. Remember, Excel is a powerful tool that can help you organize and analyze data in all sorts of ways. With the skills you've learned today, you can create charts, use formulas, and make your data more visually appealing. But don't stop here. Keep exploring Excel and trying out new features. You'll be surprised by all the things you can do with it. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask for help. Thanks for watching and keep up the great work.